Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to It's Look Who It Is. I'm just now realizing as I'm sitting down to record that my headphones are here for my phone, but my phone is actually way over there, so I will be listening to the World of Horror soundtrack along with you for It's Look Who It Is. Now, what are we gonna do? It's very simple. We're gonna hit random character, we're gonna hit... I don't know actually. I'm not really feeling some of the more extreme ones, so maybe we just go 7th Curse, and then we end up rolling Mizuki, and then I cry myself to sleep at night after we lose this run. I think we've been just kind of going through the list almost a little bit. We did Spider God last time. I don't know if I feel like a Tutu. I think we'll do a Tutu. We'll do a little Tutu as a treat. Ayaka, okay. So Ayaka's a pretty good... You're not... I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. She's a pretty good character like that. So the fact that she's getting +1 damage means that once we get Blood Mania, this is gonna get a little bit silly. Just a little bit silly. Now we've got your second enemy, Knowledge, Strength, Charisma, no Dex. Everything but Dexterity. And only second enemy, there's Light Source in a fight. So do keep that in mind. You gotta remember your second enemy, there's a final boss over there, it's not looking too good. Honestly, I think since Blood Mania is our win condition... Here's the thing, Ayaka's win condition is getting Eldritch Possession. I was about to say Parasite. You don't want Eldritch Parasite. You want to be possessed and you want to have Blood Mania. You get those two things, you win the game. And then you pick up, you know, Doom Effigy, you're pretty good. So I think what we honestly want to do is we want to get a compass. I think we want to get a compass, especially because the History Club has been nerfed just ever so slightly. So I think we're going to run it like this. And I think we can kind of just... Yeah, I think we want to run it like this. And I think we want to go for... Probably a... I mean, we could go HDF, actually, because it was Light Source and Final Boss, right? So, it was everything but Dexterity, Light Source, Final Boss, and second enemy. So, I think we should probably go HDF, but I will take Monkey Wrench if we see it. I'm not particularly... How do I put it? I'm not actually, like, too worried about it. I think as long as we get a weapon, it doesn't really matter because then we can immediately go into Blood Mania. And if we immediately go into Blood Mania, we just kind of win, you know? We just kind of win, to be honest with you. Recluse is interesting. I'm not going to do the glitch. I'm not going to do the glitch for unlimited money. I don't really care. So I think Household Hell, School Scissors, Flood, Recluse, Mermaids. Honestly, Recluse is still kind of annoying. And you want to do it early, I think. You want to get Eldritch Possession, get 8 Knowledge, and then do Recluse. That's what you want to do. So we're going to start out, I think, with Household Hell. Because besides Flood, this is the other... Okay, Blood Frenzy is fantastic. I am interested in getting rid of Fungal Growth, though, because there's a lot of curses that remove your... maximum whatever. We're not going to get rid of another curse. I actually should have... No, we don't need to get cursed, because the only thing that I want to buy is here. Actually, we need to get cursed once. My mistake. I should have held off on it, because you can just discard fungal growth naturally. Innsmouth Look is something that I think we're willing to keep. Now, honestly, I don't know if I want to buy a flashlight. I would buy a camera. I would buy a camera or I would buy a compass, but I think we reroll because I don't want either of those things. And I think we can take a camera, and if we get a jar of blood, we can go sell the handcuffs and then go buy a compass maybe. But I'm willing to buy a camera just because it seems to be really, really strong. We're not stealing the gun. The police revolver is a relic of an older, slower game that does not exist anymore, unfortunately. Now, if we ever accidentally go to the other world, we can indeed get, whatchamacallit, we can sell the Monkey Wrench just so that we don't die. Like, if we go to the Boreal Expanse, we can make sure that we don't get... I would like Jar of Blood. We did not get Jar of Blood. I would still like it at some point. Give me the police on the mansion, the handcuffs, we threw them in the storage. We are not going to be doing the Oteru part of this quest. So if you could just give me the handcuffs, that would be absolutely fantastic. I don't know why I was going flan there. Flantastic. But here we are. So, here's the thing. Because this area is dangerous, this doesn't actually heal us. This is something that I've said before a lot in the early access, but in case you're always wondering why I'm clicking no time for it for the minus doom, is that this will only heal you if you do not have a stamina or reason penalty on the area. So because it says stamina reason penalties increased, we would get 0 for that, and we wouldn't actually heal. Also, +1 reason versus -3 doom. -3 doom is, like, usually better in almost every way. Okay, so we want to block here if we can, but we actually can't. So we're just going to eat the damage, I think, and then kill next turn, because that's not going to be able to do it, you know? Like, that's not going to be able to do it, so we're just going to have to... Oh, no, it would have done it, it would have actually done it. But we would have had to do a 60-50, which is not great. So we're just going to take the damage, we're going to move on, we're going to get out of here, we're going to hopefully get out of here as quickly as possible. I will only equip it over Funny Mask. Alright. I think Funny Mask is just infinitely stronger than the camera. But the camera will be useful for if we never get Eldritch Possession. Now, obviously, that is a bad sort of universe to be living in. Maybe we do go... I don't know if I want to go... I actually think, unironically, Recluse is going to be a big problem with how much damage is on the board right now. Like, there's a lot of damage in this game right now. We have Blood Frenzy, we have a Thutu. We're going to be taking so much damage from that goddamn thing, I almost want to do it last. When we have, like, 12 knowledge or something. Like, genuinely, I'm not even joking. Like, 12 knowledge might be the play. And then just have Blood Frenzy so that you can, Blood Mania, my mistake. Blood Mania so you can just block every turn. Because if we don't get Blood Mania or Eldritch Possession in this next 6 EXP, then we kind of die, don't we? Like, I'm kind of sorry about that, but we do a little trolling. And I think you gotta... The problem is that, like, this boss is only going to get worse because it's going to be severing, but, like... Yeah, we have to do it like this, I think. Blood Frenzy twice in a row is crazy. That's nuts. Okay, so we're actually going to equip the Onyx Medallion so we can have an extra item on us. I don't really care about getting 6 knowledge versus 5 knowledge. I think that's completely okay. But here's the thing, we're not going to fight any human enemies here, because the bloated teacher's a beast, right? And well, okay, there is a human enemy here. There is a human enemy here. I shouldn't say that. No, but, like, let me just check the friend's diary. We don't even need to keep it. Okay, so it's triangle with a circular lines. Okay. This is the boss fight. I will reroll once to try to get one of these things. Now, this guy is taking, consider that he's taking +1 here, so this is going to do 11. So if this does 14, this will kill. Because they take +1. Formaldehyde Homie takes +1 from that. You gotta take this 100% of the time, then you gotta take this 100% of the time. You gotta level up that strength, because anybody who has 2 strength can instantly die to the Boreal Expanse. Which is not something that we want right now. We would much rather prefer to not instantly die to the Boreal Expanse. Because 1 frostbite killing you, that's not very good. Like, currently, if we were to die from stats, we would need, like, 3 infected wounds. Which is, infected wound is dexterity and perception, right? It's the homie. We haven't seen him in so long. Listen, I've been on a couple of arcs right now. I mean, obviously, I'm recording this before doing Fall Guys, so hopefully the commentary is a little bit more coherent, because I'm not, like, sleep deprived right now. I've gotten a decent amount of sleep. Oh, that kind of sucks. Can we do 90? We can do 90. This is kind of risky if you miss, but that's just sort of like what happens when you have 2 blood frenzies as your curses. But, I have been... So, DNF Duel was a free fighting game that was on Epic Games Store. And my friend and I got it. And the visuals in that game are so insane. Like, you have this, like, lava field with a volcano in the background, and then there's some, like, floating death spire shooting lightning down at the ground, and then there's, like, a modern, like, well, not even modern, like a sci-fi, almost, like, Fallout-esque, like, flying helicopter vertibird, I don't even know what you would call it. Like, it's just this weird-ass thing, and I have no idea. I'm just, it's so crazy, right? It's so crazy. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, what on earth is this game about? And then there's another level which is like 2 ocean trains, but one of them's like 2 ocean trains, like some shit you'd see out of One Piece, but they're like these massive like colonies, you know, like the One Piece ocean train, but on the scale of like a Warhammer game, you know, something you could play like a war game on. It's just like, I was like, what the hell is this, you know? And then you've got all these characters who are based on these classes, and I was like, I really want to know what this absolutely, like, batshit insane stuff is all about. So I looked it up, and it's from something called Dungeon and Fighter. And it got a Steam release, like, 5 years ago? Like, 2018, I think, the Wikipedia page said. And I've been trying it, and it is one of the most incoherent and insane experiences I've ever had as a new player. Because one of the things that happens that I think is so crazy is... Oh, you know what would be an insane buff to the camera? Is if you could use it if it was in your inventory but not equipped. That would be insane. That would almost make camera like one of the best items in the game. If that's how it worked. Oh my god, could fast hands be kind of based? No way. Anyways, what I was saying is that, like, it's one of the most, like, unhinged new player experiences I think I've ever encountered in a game before. I mean, you gotta go with that, right? Like, you have to go with the play that wins you the game in one turn. But, like, it's one of them, it's insane. Like, I have no idea how they could even have like a new player experience like this. It's one of those things where it's been going on for so long that as a new player without a friend to guide me, with no context on what's happening, it is one of the most insane experiences I think I've ever seen in a video game. And that's not even like, it's just so baffling. Like, I have no idea what's going on. So when you start the game, you have to create a character before you're allowed to change the settings of the game, which was great. I really love that. I really love being on the main menu and not being able to access the settings until after I create a character. And they give you this massive grid of characters, and 2 of them are locked because you're not high enough level yet. Huh? And then also, you have, like, when you click on one of these characters, it then says, here are all the advancements that you have. And it's like, okay, so do I pick an advancement when I get high enough level? No, you pick an advancement now. And then, if you're low enough level later, you can change your advancement. Oh, that's, huh. But also, it's like, you have to pick the advancement before you play the game, but then you can just change it. And then, like, I don't even bother trying to, like, level my character, like, on my own. I just hit auto-allocate every time the game gives me a pop-up saying that I have new skills to learn. I just hit auto-allocate every time. You want to know why? Because, I mean, we're doing, like, 22 damage every turn pretty reasonably. We're full health. I think we take these. I think we get rid of Fearful. I think we do. Now we have a 3rd Blood Frenzy. This is getting a little silly. At this point, it's getting a little silly. Do you think it's getting a little silly? Just at this point, we're getting to the point where it's just a tad silly. So, I picked as... So, okay, I haven't even gotten through the part of, like, actually making a character properly yet, because it gets so much worse. So, in the fighting game, I was playing Dragon Knight, and she was pretty fun. So I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna make my character, Dragon Knight. Now I go in there, and there is no Dragon Knight, and I'm like, okay, that's a little bit weird. And then I find that there's a character called Knight, but she doesn't look like Dragon Knight. And so that's when I click on Knight, and I find out that there are 3 different ones you can do. You can do, like, Elven Knight, you can do Chaos, you can do Dragon Knight. I think there might have been a 4th one that I'm just completely forgetting. But, you know, that's just sort of how it goes, right? You got those 3, and so I pick Dragon Knight. And then I have to pick, am I making a normal character, or am I making an event character? But it isn't called event character, it's called something else that I don't even remember, and I naturally Google it and nothing comes up. But the closest thing I can find is like, oh yeah, that's an event character. And so event characters level up faster than non-event characters, and so it's like, okay, so I should pick event characters so that I'll level up faster. No, it was a horrible idea, because event characters are basically skip characters. They let you skip. It's the craziest thing. So, I didn't even know this until I made a new character, because people say, like, oh yeah, you actually need to make, like, alts. You can make 2 characters every day. You should make 2 characters every day. And you should just try to get, like, you should get a bunch of alts, because there's a fatigue system on individual characters, so when one character gets fatigued, you should play the next one. I haven't ran out of fatigue points yet. I don't know if there's some new account bonus or whatever, but, like, it's just so overwhelming. It's just so overwhelming. And we can keep going down this train of thought, too, as well, okay? I guess we're just gonna try to get, like, some bonus damage. Why not? So, here's another absolute banger with Dungeon and Fighter, okay? When I first booted up the game, I got a pop-up. One of the first pop-ups I got was, check the Insignias tab. And I was like, okay. And so I follow the pop-up, I click on the Insignias tab, and it's completely grayed out. And the only text there is, the Insignias are unlocked at level 110. And so I was like, okay, that's a little bit weird. I don't know why the game would show me that. I don't even know why this is a menu that I can access. I don't even know why we're talking about this. What on earth am I supposed to be doing with this information? Like, oh, when I'm level 110, I need to come back to this godforsaken menu? But it gets even worse than that, because when you're playing an event character, I can only assume that this is event character and not Dragon Knight. Because when I made a second character, Launcher, or whatever, the gun class, right? The one with the flamethrower that you can play in the DNF duel, that's the character that I picked, right? So, the thing is, I picked her, and I picked that character, and so she has an opening cutscene, just like Dragon Knight does, but in the tutorial, as Dragon Knight, I had this, like, spectral knight who said 3 lines of dialogue every room and then killed every enemy instantly. And then as Launcher, I actually had to fight through a level, like, properly, like, alone. I had to fight through a level properly and alone. And so I did that, and I got through the level. Oh, this is a doomed area? I don't want to do this. Why am I here? Well, I got them, apparently. Do I just leave now? Or do we try to get the Theologist for minus damage? We can, like, tank a hit, right? We can tank a hit. We can tank a hit. For real, for real, for real. And so, so I was just, like, but I played Dragon Knight first as an event character, because I was like, I like Dragon Knight, I'm gonna make her my event character. Because I wanted to level faster. This was a dumb idea. This is a horrible idea. Because the game just, like, speeds me along through, and I do 3 dungeons and I'm level 30. Or it was like 3 or 4 dungeons. But the thing is that's very funny about it, the thing that's very crazy about it, is the game is giving you, like, a boost, right? Like, the event character is a boost. Because when I played through the event character, the level up with Baha'i thing, the thing is weird, because it's like, I know it's like a whale. I don't know how to pronounce the name. But it's like the level up with the cute mascot character, right? And so you pick that, and you go through the forest, and you just there's no story at all. There's absolutely 0 story. You go through the forest, you get a bunch of rare loot, you pick it all up, it's just sitting in your inventory, you equip the ones that you think are better, and then you follow the blue arrow, it takes you out of the forest into a new zone, into a different town, You go into the dungeon, you kill 3 bosses, you go out, and it's all very fast, right? Like, I'm doing all this, and I'm, like, under an hour. And I'm just following the blue arrow going from one area to the next. And there's just no story, there are no characters, I'm not talking to any NPCs. It's such a bizarre thing, and I have no idea what's going on or what's happening. And then, you know, you go through the forest, like, once, and then you kill all the enemies, and then it's, like, taking you out of the forest. But when I picked a normal character for launcher and I booted up the game, not only was there the cutscene that the character starts with, but there was an actual story. There was a plot line. There were characters that you were following, and you were doing things with those characters. You were accepting quests. You were getting items. Yeah, like, you were going through the forest. I had to go through the forest like 6 or 7 goddamn times. And then that led to a different, like, more corrupted forest area, which I had to go through, like, 2 or 3 times. And I spent, like, so much time doing the forest and the quests, and it was such a bizarre thing, because it's like, wait, dialogue? There's something happening here? There are characters? And it has to be the event thing, right? Like, I don't even know. I don't know anybody who plays this godforsaken game. It has to be the event thing, right? Like, it has to be. I'm still coping on Eldritch Possession, by the way. We have to do it now. We have to do it now. It was everything but dexterity, but we could instantly die if we get another flashback, so get it out of here. I think that's fair. So it's just like, it's completely baffling, because it's like, when I was playing as launcher, I was getting quests, I was getting characters, and it was like, okay, this is all like, this is something coherent. But also, for some reason, I don't know if this is because she's an event character, or because Launcher's a normal character, or the first character you create, or whatever. I don't know what this is. But Launcher has a weight system for her inventory, and the Dragon Knight character doesn't. I have never hit an inventory weight cap on the Dragon Knight at all. And I have just been picking up every single item the game has given me. But for Launcher, after, like, the 2nd or 3rd dungeon, I went to go pick up a pair of shoulder pads or, like, a belt or whatever, like, boots or something. I don't know what it was. It was, like, steel something or other. I went to go pick it up, and it wouldn't let me because I was at my weight capacity, so I actually had to click on the merchant, if you can believe it. And I actually, oh, no. Battery changing, actually, you know, acknowledging that your flashlight needs batteries or your device needs batteries to be powered. That's sanity draining. My mistake. How could I be so stupid? I'm actually gonna, I'm re-rolling for Eldritch Possession. Oh, we didn't get it? Oh, we didn't get it? I'm re-rolling it again. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It doesn't exist. But what if I re-rolled it again? I'm unhinged. You can't stop me. No one has ever done that and then still thought that they could win the game. We read those? True. Anyways, yeah, it's just an insane game. I don't even, like, I have no idea what to even say about it. It's just so crazy. Like, what do you even want me to say? I don't even know what to say. I genuinely don't even know what to say. It's crazy to me. It's completely incoherent. It's like a foreign, like, it's like a foreign language that I don't understand, but it's like a video game, if that makes sense. Like, I can comprehend what's happening, like, I can intuit what's happening. Like, I'm supposed to follow the blue arrow that says go, and then it walks me through several screens of changing environments, and then I'm here in a new area, and then... But it's just so weird, man. And then there's, like, you can click on something called Elven Guard and play a horrible tower defense game that sucks, but you can only play it, like, once, and then you can do the challenge mode, and then I don't know if the challenge mode ends. I got a cosmetic item for playing it. I can turn into a random elven mercenary. I got nothing. It's completely incomprehensible. It's like reading an eldritch tome that was not meant for you, that you just sort of like, yeah. It is what it is. I got nothing. Also, I'm glad that I remember to put the camera on so that we have 8 knowledge. Thank you so much. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on, how's our block looking? So we can take 2 a turn. Hold on, we need to actually sell stuff. So true. Oh no, you can't sell things during combat? Uh-oh. Okay, we'll throw the empty bottle. That's a good start. And I mean, we take 2, right? So I mean, we take 2 a turn. Oh no, that's dodge, that's dodge, that's dodge. I think we just do this over and over again until we win. I think that works. Yeah. Not quite there yet. But we're good. We're good. We're good. We knew it was gonna be bad. We made it. Oh yeah, sorry. You don't have time to change equipment. Fair enough. Now that we're just looking over the beautiful ocean view from our apartment, now we can change equipment. My mistake. My mistake. We have an occult diary that I didn't even notice. I mean, that's crazy. We had a kendo helmet we could have thrown at her? That's crazy. But yeah, no, I'm still playing it because it's like the actual base gameplay loop is decent, you know? It's just absolutely wild to me to think about, like, how the game works from a mechanical perspective. Because I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea. Like, I'm just assuming because people told me that event characters level up faster, that's how it works. But I don't know if that's how it works. I can't tell you. I don't know. You could make 23 characters. I don't know how many alts you should make. I have 4 right now. I've only played on 2 of them. Because one character's level 30, one character's level 15. That's the difference in the event characters, I guess. Is the event character can just go from area to area, steamrolling everything, getting guaranteed good loot drops. And then I found out that I had a loot box in my inventory that gave me, like, incredibly powerful gear that was, like, gives me plus 1,000 in certain offensive stats. It's like, oh, yeah. Yeah. This all makes sense. I got nothing. I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing. I'm just blowing air into the microphone like, phew. Barely made it. And then I get like a C rank or something, or a D rank, and then it's like, you know, I got no idea what's happening. It is really funny playing the launcher, the gun character, though, because you do just pull out, like, a minigun and just gun people down. Like, there's some heartfelt narrative going on about how we have to save the forest, it's being burned down, and please, we should stop fighting. We should all inhabit the forest peacefully and protect it from the fire. And then it's like, listen, Saria, I know, like, I like what you're saying. I think you're saying good stuff, but you do know, you do know that this is a boss room, right? There's a boss for me to fight here. I'm not good, and then the boss is like, yeah, I agree, let's fight. And I'm like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. And then I just pull out the minigun, and they're dead. And it's just like, that's how it be, that's how it do, you know? It is indeed, look who it is. The amount of times that there's been, like, some boss that's like, I will kill you if you try to destroy the forest, and then I just pull out a chain gun. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty funny, but also, like, I have no idea what's happening. Why even use a strong attack? Like, 16 damage versus 18 damage, what's the big deal? Who cares? I don't. How do we get another curse? We've already gotten cursed twice from the whatchamacallit. I can't believe the witch's tree being reduced to 2 uses was a... Didn't we take art knowledge? Am I dumb? Oh no, we took good perks, never mind. I'm smart. I can't believe the witch's tree being reduced from 3 to 2 uses, or being reduced to 2 uses from 3, that was just a secret ayaka nerf. I mean, I don't really want to, like, you know, sugarcoat it here, but we could just, you know, beat him up. We brace, and then... I mean, the thing is, it doesn't matter, right? Like, it doesn't matter what happens, as long as we don't die. We're just sort of in the state of, you're done, you're dead, it's Jover. Oh, wow, look. It's quick thinking, that's crazy, guys. Wow. Yeah, no, I got nothing. But yeah, Dungeon End Fighter is a very, very strange game. I'm sure it's fun. Like, I'm sure it's really fun. It seems really fun. I just have no idea what's going on. And I think that's, like, it's been around for so long that it's one of those games where you only really can play it if you have a friend who plays it, and they're like, oh yeah, man, I got you. So here's what you need to do. You need to do this, 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 and that. And then, and only then, can you get into it, right? Because that's the problem that these, like, really grindy, free-to-play games that have been going on for decades have, is there's just so much. There are so many systems that overlap each other that were added at different points in time to allow players to keep progressing and to keep doing things that you, like, here's the thing. If I was really, really experienced at a game like this, and there's just all these different insane, crazy systems that are all overlapping on each other, and they all have, like, you know, they can be seen and accessed by new players immediately, and I had a friend who wanted to get into the game, I would just say, okay, you see this? This is the only thing that you care about for the next, like, 60 hours of gameplay, okay? Like, don't focus on... If you see any other weird menu, you see any other weird feature, just ignore it. It doesn't matter. It's not relevant. Just like, you shouldn't even be able to see it, right? Like, thankfully, Final Fantasy XIV is pretty good about this. Like, you have the MSQ, and then you have everything else. So if somebody wants to... So if there's a new player who hasn't done the MSQ yet, and they're asking, how do I level up? You just say, ignore the side quests, ignore the mobs in the overworld, ignore some of the blue quests, but do them if you're curious, but just do the MSQ. You have your job, you have your challenge log, just do the MSQ. Just do the MSQ, just do your daily roulettes. That is all you need to do to progress in that game, right? And the MSQ will carry you from level 1 to level 90, right? So it's not even like... But that's one of the things that Final Fantasy XIV does really well, is it is very easy to communicate to a new player how they need to progress in the game, which is do the MSQ, right? Like, there is a big, that is by in the default top left corner of your screen. It is there at all times, unless you manually hide it, which you shouldn't. You need to do this. Like, that's it. That's just, you need to do this. But for Dungeon Fighter Online, it's like, I assume I just follow the blue arrow that tells me where to go. This doesn't matter. This does not matter at all. I'm gonna say Vengeful Athlete. It was wrong. Literally irrelevant, doesn't matter. None of these things matter. None of you are free from sin. We're just gonna win the game. It's look who it is. It's that easy. I do wish we had one more point of charisma, but unfortunately, leadership did not show up. Quick Thinking showed up, which in a different reality where it was everything but charisma, that would be pretty nice, but that is not the reality that we are in. No, it is not. No way Homeboy almost dodged all those. But, like, the thing is, I don't know, right? And I also don't know if auto-allocation of skills is something that I should be doing. It's just that it's incomprehensible. Because you would look at a skill... Like, you would look at a skill, and then it would say, in red text, this skill is not an advanced skill for this class or something. And then I'd be like, do I take that? Does that mean that I can't take it? Does that mean that I shouldn't take it? Does that mean that it costs more? That it doesn't work properly? It does less damage? And then I hit the auto-allocate, and it just puts points into everything broadly, and I get that ability anyways, and it gets leveled up multiple times. It's like, I have no idea. The game is unreadable for a new player. But the thing is, they don't need new players, right? They just need people who already play it. And they need people who already play it to, like, bring in their friends, you know? It's like the League of Legends thing, right? Like, League of Legends is completely incomprehensible unless you have a friend who gets you into it. because you can't. Like, there are like there's like 80 items, and some of these items are mythic items that do special things, and there's like 140 champions, and all of these champions have different abilities and different ultimates and different passives, and all these champions do different things. And you have 4 people on your team, and you have 5 people on the enemy team, and there are 5 different roles you can play, and it just completely incomprehensible. It's unreadable. It's unworkable. And so you need to have a friend who's like, oh yeah, so that's so-and-so. They do this. Watch out for their signature move, how they're going to kill you, which is this. You know, you need to have... There are just some games that are so big. There's just so much stuff. And they don't have good new player experiences, to the point where the new player experience is finding out you have a friend who plays it, and then spending time with that friend to get into that game, if you want to. But that in itself is, like, really difficult to do. So anyways, I don't want to rant, like, for 80 years, but Dungeon and Fighter, like, I like the art, I like the graphics, the pixel art graphics look amazing, it seems interesting enough, and I'm interested in it, tentatively, and I'm going to be playing it casually, but, like, I don't know if it's a game you can play casually. But, you know, I've been thinking, or feeling recently, I should say, is that if you look up a game online before you play it, I think that partially kills it for me. Because the people that you see playing the game are just gonna be like, okay, the game's a second job, get ready, get prepared. But the thing is, a lot of these games that are second jobs, you could play for like 60 hours and then get to the second job part and then never touch again and then feel content, you know? Like, hey, that was 60 hours well spent, that game was fun. And then it became not fun and then I stopped playing it, you know? I don't know, it's very weird, it's very weird. Anyways, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, have a good one, bye.